through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
Morning, welcome to day 3 of the Affric Kintail Way. It's another beautiful morning. We've had a little light rain shower not so long ago, but that's gone, and it's a beautiful morning. So, are we ready for this, mate?
100%, brother.
Sorted. So we've got our shortest day today. We're heading off to somewhere around about Alltbeithe Youth Hostel. That's where we're going to find our spot for this evening. So it's about 9 miles, somewhere between 9 and 10 mile, I reckon. So that's why we were, that's where the tents were. We're all packed away, ready to go. 20 to 9 in the morning. Nothing but a few bits of flattened grass. In fact, we've tidied up actually, because there was sticks and stones everywhere around here, so we've done a bit of tidying up. So yeah, let's get on the trail, and we'll bring you back when there's something to see. And just like that, we're off straight away. The views are there. Beautiful River Affric. Heading on around there. Coming from there, which is coming towards Affric, and then the huge Munros in the distance. And I've been doing a bit of research overnight. Pardon my pronunciation, but this big one here with the snow on it is Alltbeithe. I'm sure I've butchered that, but there you go. Yeah, fantastic, straight from the off. 2 minutes, 30 seconds from the camp spot. That's where we came in from last night, and then this morning we're heading down there, following this track all the way past Affric. So let's get going. So the first couple of days of this walk is very much forestry walking, beautiful as it is, but this is the day 3, where it all changes. We start coming into the mountains, and we've got here our first view of Affric, and again in the background there, Alltbeithe. Now to the camera it looks nothing, but to the human eye, wow, and for the next 2 days it is only going to get better and better and better. So stick with us as we get into the mountains.
Mountains, Gandalf.
Okay, so clearance in the trees here. This is Affric Lodge. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful place. There's kind of like what looks like a oldish lodge there, and then some new fantastic looking posh buildings in the middle, and then I'm not sure if that's a water sports centre, I don't know, but what a stunning location. Look at that. Look at that. Mossy's just been saying there's some lovely flat grass and some picnic benches down there, but I don't think they'd have liked us to have rocked up there that night. I think that's private property, and rightly so, looking at it. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. How the other half live. Not a bad view to wake up to every morning, is it? What a stunning back garden they must have. Just had to stop there. I just realised I hadn't put my contact lenses in. So unfortunately the mirror's in the first aid box, which is in the side of the pouch, so it wasn't too bad. I've had worse place. This is where I've put my contact lenses in. Certainly this has to be the most beautiful place. Glen Affric, wow. Fantastic views there, looking over a little small lock called, I'm going to try and give it its Gaelic name, Loch Salak Gavay or Garvey. Anyway, I apologise to any Scottish viewers, but that's my best effort. But what a stunning location. So there's Loch Affric down in the foreground, but look at the backdrop. Oh my word. Absolutely stunning. Just stunning. So like I was saying, for your 2 days reward for walking through the forest, what some people, not myself, I loved it, some people say it's a bit dull and boring, but if you do think it's dull and boring, stick with it, because this people is your rewards. This is what you get for sticking with it. And we've got 2 days of this now, 2 days of just epic mountain terrain. So this part of the Affric Kintail Way is new to me. I've done this section before. About 6 years ago, myself and my dad were on a holiday up in this area, and we did the full Loch Affric circular walk, about 14 mile, absolutely stunning on a baking hot day. But a few days before that, we did our first 2 Munros, and that one there, the lump in the middle, Tolgrigach, that was our second one. The one before that was Talmahonic. But yeah, what an epic week that was. Epic week. So this is bringing back some fantastic memories of those days in the mountains with my dad. Unfortunately, he can't do them anymore, but he's still going strong. There's plenty of exercise. 5 days a week he's in the gym. But yeah, unfortunately the mountains are a bit too much for him now, but hopefully I can video these and you can enjoy watching them. So yeah, Dad, Tolgrigach, our second Munro. What a week that was. We also did Stob Gerag on the buckle, and we also did the biggest of them all with the Ben Nevis. Did the Peak Finder app, so we tried to. So the one in the background there is Mamsail. This was Ann Tudor, and this one is Craig Corrie Nan Ich, I think. Again, apologies for any pronunciation. I'm trying my best. It's not like walking the Lake District when I know most of them. These are all new to me. So, and having to say them in Gaelic is a bit different. It's not like Ranadale Knots or the Nab. So yeah, so I'm trying my best. So we're approaching the end of Loch Affric. You can see there straight ahead of us is like a little beach, and then just to the left of that, coming into view shortly, will be a little fisherman's hut with a nice area where we're going to stop and have a break. So we earmarked this for something to eat, but it might be a bit too early for something to eat. But it's a stunning setting, so I can't wait to get there. When I walked past down here last, I didn't actually go down to the fisherman's hut. I just took some fantastic photographs of it, one of which is on the wall at home, with in the background Loch Affric and this south side of Alltbeithe. So looking forward to getting down there and actually getting this pack off and having a good break for probably half an hour, because as I say, it's only a short day today. We've done 3 and a quarter mile, and we've only been going an hour and 20 minutes, and we haven't even been batting along at any great pace. So we've got plenty of time, so we're going to have a good long break at this fisherman's hut. 5-minute break. What are you on, Mossy? Chocolate square, is it? Caramel square.
Caramel chocolate, Rice Krispie square.
Very nice. I'm on peanut M&Ms. Lovely.
Proper walking tackle.
And this is what we're looking at while we're eating them. Absolutely stunning. Wash. Here's the big reveal. There she is, the little fisherman's cottage. What a stunning location for a cottage. So as I say, I've been here before, but we didn't go down to it when I was here with Dad, so we're going to do that today. We're going to have a nice good long break by it, probably get some food down our necks in a bit. But really looking forward to getting down there and getting on that beach, taking some new pictures, different pictures than I took the last time I was here. So we're just going to branch off the main path here, yeah, take it onto this quad bike track that takes us down to the little house. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to keep these next 2 days short in the mountains, because whilst they're short in distance, time wise, we're going to spend so much time exploring and taking photographs and taking videos that they're still going to take us best part of 7 hours probably to do, because literally we're just spending so much time taking it all in. There is absolutely no point rushing it, no point whatsoever. Some people will do this section in 2 days. Why? Take it in, take it all in. Where my singe bagging training comes in. This is no bother to me now, yomping across boggy muddy ground. It's just the norm. Oh, here we are down at the old fisherman's cottage. And what a cottage the old fisherman has. It's a fine building. It's a lot bigger when you're down by it than what it looks from up on the path. Superb. Grass roof. And we're gonna take a sit. Might even go on the beach. Fantastic. Let's go and have a look over to the beach. Who thought you could get a sandy beach in the middle of nowhere? Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That's the best view from a beach I've ever seen. So it's dinner time at the Fisherman's Hut. I'm on something to eat. Beef stew and dumplings. What are you on, Mossy?
Orzo pasta bolognese.
Orzo pasta bolognese from Firepot.
Firepot. Beef slow cooked in a rich tomato and oregano sauce served with rice shaped pasta.
Oh, lovely. Mine says beef stew with potatoes.
Served as beef stew and
So
potatoes.
we'll get tucked into this and have another chill for quite a while. Here we go. Beef stew and potatoes. That's what it looks like. Tastes good actually. Tastes good. Well, so it should be for the price of it. But yeah, it's nice. Doesn't look much, but it does taste good after a morning's hike. So we'll enjoy this now. Chill out for a bit more here because we've loads of time, and then we'll get back on the go. Get back on the move. Mossy's down there, look, just filtering some water for us out the lock. Well, sadly it's time to say goodbye to possibly one of the best breaks I've ever had when I've been out hiking. Fantastic. Just look at this setting. Absolutely stunning. I could have stayed there all afternoon. I really could. I wanted to stay there another hour, but he wants to get on. So off we go. About another 4.5 miles to where we're looking to stay for the evening. Yeah, but if you did go further on the main track, you can pick up this much better one that we're going to head back up on, and that'll take us onto the path. And our next stop is a old kind of abandoned cottage, and then I think it's a private bothy called Strawberry Cottage. But Glen Affric, you are just stunning. Stunning. It is widely said that it's the most beautiful glen in Scotland, and to be brutally honest, it's twice I've been now, and I ain't going to argue with anybody. I ain't going to argue with anyone at all. Just look at that. So let me try and butcher another Scottish Munro. I think that's Mullock Frauk Corrie. So, as I say, I apologise, but at least I'm giving it a go. We've decided, rather than go through that, we'll just take this nice bridge that somebody's put in for us. So at the very start of this day, we crossed the River Affric, and we're now just about to cross it again over this bridge. So, and then above it is, I think it's a private bothy called Strawberry Cottage. I don't know what this building is here. It looks like it's been done up since I was here about 5 or 6 years ago, because that had an old dilapidated red corrugated iron roof. It certainly looks like it's been done up a bit more now. But yeah, so let's cross the River Affric over this wonderfully constructed wooden bridge, and then we can have, as I say, Strawberry Cottage. As I say, I think it's a private bothy. It's very nice. It's a stunning location, absolutely stunning location. So, Strawberry Cottage brings us to the end of forestry tracks for this hike. We're now on what you would class as traditional mountain paths. It doesn't get any better than this. Between now and the end, the path's only narrower and more uneven. So the good forestry tracks are now over.
Finger the past.
So if you were doing the Loch Affric circular that me and my dad did a few years ago that I mentioned, you would now turn right and head up that track up there, and that will take you onto the northern shore of Loch Affric. But not for us. Affric Kintail Way, we're straight on, heading deeper and deeper into the wonderful Glen Affric. Watch Andy's video from back in UK the other week when he did it not so long ago, and I think it was on this hill just in front of us where he did his wild camp on the second night. I'm not so sure, but it looks like it could be. But and what stunning views he would have had. Anyway, let's get on, and we're going to have another. We'll have another break before we get to our potential camp spots, because it's still only relatively early and we don't want to get there too soon. Morale is still fantastic. I must admit though, on these paths, this is where trail runners don't come into their own. It can burn your feet. We have been so blessed with the weather, because at the start of the week it did not forecast this. It just didn't. Where we've come from, but then turning this corner, have a look where we're going into. Jesus wept. Affric Kintail Way is the walk that just keeps on giving. Oh my word. So I wish off the top of my head I could name all these mountains, but I can't, and I'm not going to pretend I can. So whenever you hear me tell you what mountain's what, I've actually checked it first on Peak Finder. So these two big beastie boys in the middle are forgotten. Ben Fadder's the one on the right. Skur Adu Dory, is it, on the left? Definitely Ben Fadder on the right. Chance by this bridge we'll come across this spot, and we're actually going to go for a wild paddle. Bags are over there, but we think it's easy just to dip our feet down here. If we were more brave we'd be going in there, but we're not, so paddling it is.
I wish I had like shoes on.
He's braver than me.
Huh? Jasper.
Oh my god! Fair play to you, mate. There we go, we had a good hour and 10 minutes there by the waterfall, just chilling out and relaxing in the sunshine. And now we're just on for about the last couple of hours maybe, taking us to Alltbeithe Youth Hostel, where we're going to find somewhere to pitch up close by. We're not staying in the youth hostel, just it works out well just for our distances. We can find somewhere to pitch up round there. But we're in a point now where wild camping opportunities are certainly not at a premium. There's 10 a penny around here, so yeah, we'll get cracking for this last couple of miles and then we'll bring you back when we're at a point where we're ready to pitch the wigwams. Well, you won't be able to see it on this camera, but we can see the youth hostel come into view straight ahead of us. So I'd say probably a mile and a half away, maybe a little bit more, but we can just see the roof of it, so that's where we're going to be camping for, or camping this evening. And we can't wait to get the tents up in the most fantastic area. It is just absolutely stunning. Stunning. Just saying there, we've been on the lookout for herds of deer, but we haven't seen anything yet. Keep looking, but they're obviously around because this wood here has got deer fencing around it, so to keep them out. So, but we've not seen anything as yet. So, as I say, we're keeping our eyes peeled. I've never seen a massive herd of deer in the wild. I've seen herds of half a dozen in the Lake District, but not to what you see some people see in Scotland, like 20 or 30 in one big group. Anyway, fingers crossed, you never know. We've still got plenty of walking left to do over tomorrow, so we're always still hopeful. But now we're not too far at all away from the hostel. It's pretty much just round this corner, and then we'll be looking to pitch because it's been spotting with rain for the last 15 minutes, so we don't want to get caught out. Not until we got the tents pitched anyway. Okay, well, that's us at Alltbeithe Youth Hostel there. Pitched up. You can pay £15 if you want to pitch up round and use their facilities, or you can pitch up without paying anything, as long as you don't go too close to the bothy. So we're a good distance away here. So there's Mossy over there. I'm over here. There's inside the tent. All massive room inside these lanterns. So there's our water source for the evening, and this is our stunning views. Absolutely fantastic. What a place, what a place. So in the morning our path takes us down there and we head down into Glen around the corner there. So fantastic, stunning views. I wish I could name you all these mountains, but I can't, I'm afraid. So anyway, so So that's us settled now, and we'll I'll bring you back in a bit. We'll do a bit of map time. Catch you in a bit. Sorry, it's not map time yet, but that's something you don't see every day. Two people on horseback. That's one way of doing the Affric Kintail Way. Alright, so welcome back to map time, and we just got to camp just in time because it's now raining, not heavy but enough to have us tent bound. So anyway, let's take a absolutely cracking day on the mountains. Absolutely fantastic. Again Mr. Weather forecasts were completely wrong, to our benefit, which makes a change. But anyway, so right, let's get on and do map time. So we left our camp spot this morning just at the end of Loch Benvian and the start of Loch Affric, and we left about 8:45, sorry, and then we crossed the bridge over the River Affric, and we took this steady forestry track all the way past, and then we had that view over to Affric Lodge, absolutely stunning view over to Affric Lodge and the mountains beyond. And then then we followed this path, just kept going really on a good forestry track with stunning views over to Alltbeithe. And then around about here we had a 10-minute break, quick drink and snack, and then not long after that we reached the fisherman's cottage, round about 4.8 mile in, just 2 hours 10 minutes or so, and we had a right good break there. Stunning location, absolutely stunning. Anybody doing this trail, make sure you stop there and stop for a while. We had a good hour, we had a meal each, and we had a brew and what have you. It was fantastic, and we just chilled out and relaxed because we always knew today was going to be a shortish day. So yeah, we had a good hour there, good hour, and the weather was fantastic as you've seen. And then we carried on, and as you can see now we're into the mountains, so it really does change. So you saw us coming over the river again at Strawberry Cottage, and then we just carried on a fantastic path with stunning views, and then we got to the bridge there over that water where the waterfall were, and when you saw me do my wild paddle and Mossy getting into his waist, fair play to him. I couldn't do that. Anyway, that was about 8 mile, but again we had good hour and 15 minutes there. We got there about 1:15, and I bet it was 2:30 probably before we left. And then we just carried on, but we knew we didn't have far to go really, because we knew we were only going as far as the youth hostel, and we arrived at the youth hostel at around 3:30. So the full day was 10.3 mile, 6 hours 45 minutes, but as I said, I'd say 2.5 of that was sat around just admiring the views and taking it all in, because you never know when you're going to be back to these places, if not ever. So anyway, so we're tent bound at the moment, but I hope you've enjoyed that episode, and we'll catch you bright and early tomorrow for day 4 and the last day, unfortunately, but it should be a cracker. There's some fantastic views on offer tomorrow, so we'll catch you in the morning. See you later.